Have you heard about Yarn Lane, a TV show dedicated to knitting, crochet and all things yarn, bringing you demonstrations from our expert guests as well as the latest tools. And find out what's coming up on the show by following us on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to our email newsletter or visit the programme guide on our website at www.yarnlane.com.
Follow Sewing Street and Yarn Lane on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with what's coming up on the show, as well as being the first to know about our amazing offers. Get involved with our competitions that are exclusive to social media. And pick up some top tips from us too.
We know that shopping online can be a confusing and sometimes daunting task, and sometimes all you want to do is talk to a human being. Well, our family-run customer service team are on call 24/7. They're full of friendly, warm-hearted individuals, all trained to make your shopping experience as easy and as enjoyable as possible. And not only will they take your order, they will also help and guide you on your shopping journey, so you never miss out.
In need of a crafting fix? There are so many ways you can watch Sewing Street and Yarn Lane. Sewing Street is live from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. every day on Freeview 72 and Sky 670. Alternatively, if you want to watch us on a tablet or on the move, you can tune in on our YouTube channel, the Sewing Street app, or the websites at www.sewingstreet.com and www.yarnlane.com. You can watch past shows on Sky 670 from 1 p.m. every day, as well as our YouTube channel, the app, and our website. Yarn Lane is on from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Visit our programme guide to find out when and what's on, so you never have to spend a minute without us.
Are you a fan of Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? Why not join our growing Facebook fans pages? Just search Sewing Street Fans and Yarn Lane TV Fans on Facebook and click Join Group. It's that simple. Never miss out on the latest news and updates from our presenters and guest designers, special offers and plenty of chat with your fellow fans. Share photos of your makes, ask for advice, interact with your favourite guests and presenters and be a part of the ever-growing sewing and yarn community. See you there!
Keep up to date with what's on Sewing Street and Yarn Lane, as well as all the latest news and special offers by signing up to our email newsletters. For Sewing Street, head on over to www.sewingstreet.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, type in your email address, click the envelope, and you're done. It's exactly the same for Yarn Lane. Head on over to www.yarnlane.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, type in your email address, click the envelope, and that's it. You are now subscribed to both Sewing Street's and Yarn Lane's email newsletters, so you'll never miss out on the latest news and special offers ever again.
Have you heard about all of the different ways you can shop with Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? You can either shop on our websites, sewingstreet.com and yarnlane.com. You can also order by phone by calling our friendly UK customer service team. For Sewing Street, call 0800 001 4433, and for Yarn Lane, call 0800 4700 600. And don't forget about the Sewing Street app. Here you can shop all of the Sewing Street products as well as watch the live shows from anywhere. You can download the app onto your smartphone or your tablet by simply searching Sewing Street in your app store. And one final thing, no matter how many times you check out on Sewing Street or Yarn Lane in one day, you will only pay one postage and packaging. Happy shopping!
Stuck for ideas for the perfect gift? Why not get them a gift card? You can buy Sewing Street and Yarn Lane gift cards loaded up with anything from £10 to £500. Shop our gift cards online at www.sewingstreet.com or www.yarnlane.com, or purchase them via our UK call centre on 0800 001 44 33. Good afternoon, welcome to Yarn Lane. We are the only shopping channel in the whole of the UK that is totally and utterly dedicated to everything yarn. Whether it be like today, crochet, or knitting, or aragugumu, or macrame, or anything like that, we do it all. So before I introduce you to Vanessa, let's go to the website, www.yarnlane.com. And literally what you do is look at what we got today. Well, before we go to that, actually, before we go to what's today, look along the top. You see there's a whole thing along the top, new in, yarn, kits. You can go along there and buy anything you want from there that's not on today's show, right? They've even got Christmas makes there. But if you want to see what we've got on the shop today, they've got vouchers as well. Don't forget, you can use Yarn Lane vouchers on Sewing Street and Sewing Street vouchers on Yarn Lane. If you want to see what we've got on the show today, you click on Watch the Show Live. And then that will take you to a big screen normally. Oh, there it is. There it goes, right? So if you want to send us a message, you can do that in the little white box on the right-hand side, or you can email us. Now, everything down here that we've got on the show is on pre-order already. As soon as we introduce it to you, it will go in a different column in show deals, right? Now, you see the Stylecraft, the Stylecraft Celebration Blanket Crochet Kit. They are flying out already. A quarter of the stock has actually been checked out and there's more in baskets. I'll show it to you for real. So what you can do is you can put it in your basket now, check out straight away, and then just watch the demonstration at your leisure. I don't want you rushing at the end thinking, well, I need to get it. So everything that we've got in today's show is all literally, so we'll carry on scrolling down. So all the bits and bobs that you might need there. There's also some books which are on the trolley. I've not got those, but there you go. Beginners. Right, now, let's say hello to Vanessa first of all. Hello, Vanessa.
Hello.
Now, for those of you who don't know, Vanessa lives in my village. I didn't know this until the first time you were on with me.
No, I didn't know.
We've got a very, very good mutual friend who, she is the mother, not Vanessa, but the friend Sally, is the mother of one of my godchildren, Chess. So it's all small world, isn't it? And you know what? Since I've passed your house so many times, and I always look in like this.
You have to give us a beep.
Oh no, it's not about disturbing you. But also, I haven't been going your way into the village because at the other end of the road, they haven't trimmed back the bush, have they? So you
No, it's so
you
difficult
kind
to
of
go around
and
that
they
corner.
come down that hill, don't they? At such
Yeah.
a speed, and you're there coming out. So I have to go. I was going to the village.
You go
the
the big way.
Yeah. Anyway, it's lovely to see you, looking fabulous as always. Right, talking fabulous. Look at this. Look at this. We love this. Right, I'm just going to put it over my head like that so you can see it all. Look. Isn't it just... Now, you're going to look at this, aren't you, and think, oh, I could never make that. I could never make that. It's too difficult. It's only for beginners. It's for beginners. Beginners can make this. Isn't it lovely? The colours are incredible. The pattern, the style. Now, as I said, a quarter of the stock has already been checked out on this. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Look at it. I think it's just incredible. Absolutely lovely. So now, I'll light it on the table so you can have a look at a bit of it. There you go. Look, so you've got the brilliant... They're almost like half square triangles, aren't they, for quilting there. Then you've got all these lovely motifs. And then look at this beautiful border here. Fantastic. It's all made on size 4mm crochet hooks. All the yarn that you need and the pattern for £44.99. It's just gorgeous. Look, you get all of this. Look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. You get all of this from Stylecraft, plus your instructions. The instructions are incredible as well. Look, there's your picture of it there. Okay. Oh, hang on, it's going there. I need to open it up. The whole of the instructions are all in there. Absolutely stunning. Let's go through the colours you get here then. Oh, my word, there's so many. Now, do these have colours on? Oh, yeah, Papaya Punch. We love the names. We got Double Denim. Elliot does that all the time. Yellow Mellow, or Mellow Yellow. Heather. Get a few of these. This will be cream. Single cream. Single cream, not double. You get a few of those, look, because that's obviously your background there. Oh, actually, there's loads of those. Then you also get, what's this one? Soft pink. That one's got to be blueberry. No purple passion, Elliot. All at sea, Elliot. These are all flaming fuchsia and sage. Look at all these. Ooh. There you go. There they all are. Plus your instructions. £44.99. So Vanessa's going to be showing you in a minute just different techniques on that blanket. That's really, about half the stock's gone now. Half the stock of that's gone already, and we're only 10 minutes into less than 10 minutes into the show. Right, this is an achievable blanket if you're just new to crochet. I wouldn't necessarily say if you've never ever done it before, but it's very, very simple. Very, very simple. And I'd love that in my house. I totally would love that. Yeah, this is mine after the show, apparently. Stylecraft have gifted it to me, apparently. Anyway, we've got another bundle. We've got another bundle for this blanket, which is equally as beautiful. This is so soft, I can't tell you. This is beautiful, right? So let me show you the pattern, because on this pattern here, there is the blanket and the cushion. So there's enough yarn, which is bamboo and cotton. So we had this yesterday, didn't we, bamboo and cotton? It was so soft. Enough in there to make both the blanket and the cushion. Not the teddy bear. Beautiful, isn't it? So obviously it's a little bit smaller, this one. It's just a throw for the back of your chair. A hint of luxury, Kat's saying. A hint of luxury. Well, it is bamboo and cotton. So this one is ecru. Which chair, Elliot? Oh, that's Elliot's reading chair. Now, Elliot has to have a sofa for his reading chair. Right, so this one is called Peach. Should have guessed that one, shouldn't I? These are all simple. These aren't easy to read. They're powder blue. I didn't unravel that one. Blaming Vanessa. Raisin. Oh, raisin. Canyon. Ocean. Oh, this is very natural, this one, isn't it? That looks like celery to me. Yep, celery. And lavender. They are all bamboo and cotton. Mixed 60% bamboo, 40% cotton. Again, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colours. Now, that's a 3.5mm hook you need for that. Obviously, the hook doesn't come in the bundle. Now, I think that's either or. Surely you can't make all of that out of that.
You can.
You can?
You can.
But there's only two ecrus.
The yardage is all in the pattern and it's for all of it.
Oh, my word. So you can make both the blanket. That's a lot, isn't it? And it's only $39.99. Aren't they gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. Beginner friendly. Also, I imagine the cotton and bamboo is quite easy to, because it's not going to split, is it, like some yarns?
No, it
would.
doesn't split at all.
And lovely and soft to work with in your hands. Now, also, Vanessa will be coming to that to show you how to make that. But I'm presuming you must make lots and lots of granny squares.
Yes.
So you've never got a big... Until you start sewing them all together and doing the border, you can just take them with you wherever you're going.
Just do a tiny little project at a time, little 10 minutes, and you can do a couple of them.
So you can have them in your little pouch when you're doing the school run, waiting for the kids to come out of, after school classes.
Yep.
Okay, hook size, very quickly. I've got this one here is a 3.5. I've got the choice of 3 different ones. Which one do you want to do first? Sing first. $2.99. Because normally we wouldn't do this, but because these are like beginner friendly patterns, you might not even have the hook size. That's $2.99 for the Zing one there. Then we've got the Ginger one, Knit Pro. $4.99. And then you've got this one here, which is the Clover one, which has got the wider soft touch there. $4.99. For the other one, have you got a preference to which kind of hook you use?
I like the ones with the wider soft touch handles, like the Clover ones, definitely.
Brilliant. For the other blanket, for the first blanket, you need a 4mm one.
Do the Zing first. $2.99. Then we'll do the Ginger Knit Pro one. 4mm. Oh. $4.99. And then the lovely wider one with the soft touch. $4.99. Right. Now, a lot of people don't look forward to the tying in of ends at the end, but I think that's the most therapeutic bit, isn't it? I think that'd be the best bit because you're getting there to the end. Anyway, not to tie in, weave in your ends. Maybe you need some wool or yarn needles for £1.49. Right, shall we get on with some crochet? Let's start then with the big blanket. How gorgeous is this? Oh, my screen's gone to you now, Elliot. Right. How gorgeous is this?
I love that blanket, and I love the fact it is so beginner friendly. I can't even tell you.
But you wouldn't think...
If you can do a treble, you can make that blanket.
No.
Honestly, it is. There's so many different looking parts to it, but it's all done in trebles. The entire blanket, apart from the border, is just completely done in trebles.
Beautiful, and they've put the colours together so beautifully.
It's so vibrant, isn't it? And I've not worked with the Bellissima before. It's really soft.
Oh, really?
Really soft. For an acrylic yarn, you can just tell it's going to wash really well.
Oh, yes.
Which is going to be fab. But no, I really, really love it, and I'm definitely having one of...
I've only got 7 left, by the way. There's only 7 left already. We haven't even started crocheting it, 7 left.
The best bit about it is it's made in lots of different sections.
Oh, again, so you haven't got the whole big blanket on.
But you piece it together as you go.
Right.
So you make. I'm going to work
you
through it. But
yeah.
you make a half square,
Half your
a triangle in a solid granny.
Yeah.
And then you attach your...
You've been busy.
I have. I like to make lots of pieces to show as you go in.
Oh, now you've done yours in a different order.
They're all different. Every single one.
Oh, yes, so they are.
Actively encourage you in the pattern to just go mad with the pattern and just put the colours in completely different order no matter what you're doing. And you make a bunch of these, and then you start making centres for your tiny ones. And then as you go around, you join them on, and you build it up, and you build it up in the pattern. And it's because it's got a really good little diagram, which gives you, my folds are all up, gives you the pace by pace for each piece as you're going along. So you start with your solid triangles, and then you build up, and then you work out, and it goes out from there. But it's every stitch in it is a treble. So I'm going to work my way through.
But it looks so. It all looks different. I know you said the border's not a treble, is it? But all these look so different, don't they?
Yeah, it's just made up of.
But that doesn't look the same as that.
No, it's just the style of the pattern, because this is solid. If you did a solid granny square, it would come out looking like this. It doesn't have your gaps for your clusters of your granny square. So yeah, I thought I'd walk you through.
Yes, please.
How to make the different looking bits. So what you're doing to start with is you start with your solid granny half, and to do that you make a magic circle.
Yep.
Which I've done before, but I'll just show you quickly.
We've got new people watching all the time. So
and
it's
if it's a beginner, you might want to go back and look.
Also, there are only 3 left and 27 in baskets. So there's 1 left. They've all gone. They've all gone.
Marvellous. Well, everyone can enjoy them.
Yep.
Exactly. So you're going to wrap your yarn, pinch it between your thumb and your forefinger, wrap it around your fingers and make a little X shape. You're going to go underneath the first piece and grab and pull it up, and you can then let go, and you can do your chain 3, which is the start. And in this pattern, all your chain 3s count as a starting treble. So you're doing a chain 3, 2 and 3. Then you can pull the end of the yarn a little bit tighter, and you've got a little circle to work into. So you're doing another 2 trebles. So a treble, if you haven't done it before, if you've got your loop on the hook, you're going to yarn over, insert it into either a stitch or your beginning circle, and pull the yarn through. So you've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2 again. That's your first treble made. Right. So again, we're going to yarn over, go into the middle, pull through 2 and pull through 2. So that's your first little cluster made. And then you're going to chain 2, which the chain 2 creates this ridge that's going up the middle.
Oh, okay.
In here. So you're going to have an increase in the middle and increases at the end to get the pattern going outwards. And then you're going to do 3 more trebles. So 1 and 2. And that's your first round done. And then you can pull this a little bit nice and tight. And what we're going to do is a chain 3, so a starting treble again. We're going to turn our work. we're going to go into the top of the last treble. So you're basically going to make 2 trebles at each end to increase. So if you go into the base of the one from before, that's your 2 trebles, and you're going to treble across into the top of each stitch that you made from the round before.
Right. When you say the top, what do you mean?
What's the top? You turn your work this way,
yeah,
you're going to have a little V, which has been made at the top. That. It's a bit more difficult to see. And you go through both
of the parts
both of the loops. There's no back loop, front loop.
Oh, okay. That is a stitch, is it? Back loop, front loop. But you'll go through the whole lot. Okay.
Yeah, but that would create a completely different texture, and there's none of that, nothing complicated like that in this at all. Straight through both V's, both parts of both of the loop. And then when you get to your centre, you're going to do 2 trebles.
Yeah.
And a chain 2 and 2 more trebles to create that centre pattern again. So 2, chain 2, 2 more. And then back down along the stitches, again working through both sides of your V, a treble across each one. And then when you get to the very last stitch, it's actually going to be the chain 3 that was the very beginning of the last round. And you're going to just work your way through 2 loops of the chain 3 and do 2 trebles to get your end increase.
But this is all written down, isn't it?
All written down.
People shouldn't be writing this down. I think
no, absolutely. Your instructions are, you've got round by round. It's always telling you that your chain 3s are counting and how many stitches you're going to get per side and how many you're going to end up with at the end of it. So it's got an awful lot of information in it.
Brilliant.
So I'll do one more round showing that. So your chain 3.
Plenty of time.
And a treble into the base of the first stitch.
Can you just move your hands just a little bit to the right?
I can.
Me? There you go, perfect. So we just get it most essential.
I knew I'd do it. And so working our way along with our trebles, yarn over, through the V, pull up, through 2 and through 2. And when it gives you the amount of rows that you need to do this, and when you've worked your way all the way through, you'll end up with a triangle shape of a solid granny.
Right.
And from there, you start to add what you would then assume to be a traditional granny, which is all your colourful
so where
clusters.
on here?
Yeah.
Where's that bit that you're oh, you've got it there. Sorry, you can
yes.
put it on yours. Yeah.
Yes.
So the bit you're actually doing, where's that now then?
In the blanket.
Yeah.
This bit here is down here.
Hang on, we'll just have a look at that.
So I'm making.
Oh no, perfect.
So
perfect. Oh, I see. So you just start off at the right at the centre of that.
Right at the very centre.
2 triangles at the same time to make the bigger triangle.
So this is going to pan up and up and up with an increase at each side and an increase in the middle. It's just going to fan out and make that.
How brilliant.
And again, just using the 1 stitch, going round and in the amount of rounds that they tell you to do. And you end up with half a square or a triangle ready to go. So I'm going to finish this one and then start putting some colour onto it.
Yeah. I need to warn you as well. This one's completely sold out. The other pattern and bundle is half of it's gone. It's in the side graphic, but we will be going on to it in a minute. We're just kind of going to do all this bits first.
So I will get to the end here. And what you do...
How did you get into crochet then?
I took a class with one of Delphine's friends.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Barb she did beginning crochet classes, and I just thought I need a hobby, need a little bit of something.
Yeah.
And went and took some classes with her, and absolutely fell in love.
And how
with
long ago did you do that then?
3 years.
Okay, so it's not even that long. So just
No.
before, well, a year before lockdown. So but then you're a young mum, aren't you, with kids and a husband and everything and a job.
Yeah.
So
it's lovely to do in the evening, to sit and get to the end of the evening and feel like I've actually made something rather than just mindlessly scrolling, snacking and mindlessly scrolling through Instagram. I mean, I still do a bit of that for inspiration. But,
Oh.
So once you've got your first triangle, you then just decide which colour you want to start with. I'm going to go with hot pink. And you are going to work this way around. You're going to go build them up that way.
Right.
So it tells you to join your yarn with a slip stitch to round 1, which is these first ones here. And so I'm just going to pop it through the last stitch and pull it in. And then we are chain 3, again, starting as a treble. 1, 2, 3. And we are going to go, do you know where we did the magic circle at the beginning?
Yeah.
We're going to go into that and do 3 trebles and a chain 2, and a chain 2 and 3 trebles.
Yeah.
And again into the same spot. And if you do loosen your magic circle a bit whilst you're pulling on this first round, you can just tug on that end. That's why I haven't weaved it in at this point.
And tighten it,
because you can just pull it back in again and it'll tighten back up.
How brilliant.
And then you just go in and do a slip stitch to the other end of that first round. So slip stitch is just pushing it through the stitches, grabbing your yarn, pulling it through, pull it through the one on your hook, and then we are...
And that's it?
Chopping it off.
Oh, yeah, because the first colour is
Only
literally
small.
just 2 petals,
It's
isn't
just
it?
2 tiny little bits.
Yeah.
And then you are doing the same thing on each round that you've done of the round before.
Yeah.
You're going to join it in. Do your chain 3. And then you're going to, where the gap from where you joined the last round before you started your little cluster, you're going to go into that and do your 3 trebles.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Sorry, yarn going everywhere.
Now, when you're doing something like this, you leave your yarn in the big ball. You don't tie it off onto those little fish things.
Oh no, I only do that if I'm doing colour work that's only going to use a little bit at a time.
Oh, okay.
I tend
so
to
you
just...
literally will use that green from the ball until you then change the next colour.
Yep,
just cut
and
that
then I'll
one,
just
yeah.
move it over.
Oh yeah, because it's not carrying on anyway, is it?
No, you
You're
don't need to
cutting
carry it
off
up
as you finish
anything.
them.
Or
Yeah,
no,
of
each of
course.
these, when you get to the end of the colour, it's done for that bit.
For that time, though.
So then we've done a cluster there. We're going to do another treble cluster, chain 2, treble cluster into these chain 2 from the round below. And that's creating, again, your centre of the triangle. So I've done 3, 1, 2, and 3 again. Normally my ball of yarn is in a little plastic bucket down by the side of me, so it sort of bobs around and I'm not pulling at it all
Oh
the
yeah,
time.
yeah. You got pets as well as children.
A dog, yes.
Okay.
And but he leaves it alone. He's not bothered.
Oh, okay.
I've just managed to pull that slip stitch out from the round below. Sorry about that. I just pop that back in before I carry on.
Yeah, so if you're a beginner and
Yeah.
you do what you've just done, it's not like knitting, is it? Where it's
The
kind
whole
of
thing doesn't
terrifying.
unravel. No, you just pick the end up and start all over again. So
Oh,
yeah, you see, I've just dropped a stitch and I'm just going to pop it back up again,
yeah.
back onto the hook. And then I'm going to go in and do another treble there. I've picked the pink up as well. Oh, I've got in a fluster there.
Well.
Cluster fluster.
So how do you know Delphine then?
Just through Barb, the lady who did the crochet club.
Okay. I thought
Yeah.
you said through bars. I was going to say, well, I know she drinks a lot.
And then fixing it with a slip stitch again.
Uh-huh.
And then you can cut that one.
We go for, well, I haven't been for one yet because I'm always busy, but we go for a coverage. You'll have to come with us next time.
Oh, yeah.
Delphine, Kat, Vix goes, Elliot goes, Munch from Jewellery Maker goes. We'll have a night out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay, fine.
I like a curry.
You're down.
So you can see you're adding an extra cluster each time.
Yeah.
And you're going to build it up as you go.
And that literally, as you like you say, just will then build up. So now, why does that stitch? This might be me being stupid now. Why does that
does it look so
stitch look so different to that stitch?
Because
then?
these are just trebles in a row.
Yeah.
And these, you're doing a treble and then you're then forcing the bottom of the cluster from the next row in and then pushing those together.
Oh, I see. So
So-
you're pulling them together, like gathering them in
Yeah.
to create that petal
You're
set.
just using the base of the row below to push them in.
How brilliant.
But it's the same number of stitches in each row.
Yeah.
It's just the way that the next row pushes them together that forms it up.
Okay.
So you just keep going with the trebles
Yeah.
with your clusters all the way to the end. And then you are ready to start with your little ones.
Okay. So that's round here. So you've done one of those.
One of those.
One of those, and now we're going to start this bit
Yeah.
here.
So I've
we haven't
actually-
attached it to any of those.
No,
bits
so
yet.
I have made at home, I've got all 4 pieces.
Hang on, so you got another one and this one. So that means there'll be 2 in your house.
No, this is just the yarn that I'm still working with.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's no kits that you can buy, I can't make you one.
No, I could have nicked one of yours. Right, okay, so you've got this square.
Yes.
And now you're going to start putting these little granny squares around the outside.
So when you've made all 4 of these squares, you would lay them out and you'd put all 4 of them together.
Oh, so you do put all of those together.
You
to start
do,
with.
and
Right, okay.
you don't crochet those together. You just whip stitch them together with your lovely.
Could you crochet them
You
together?
absolutely could. Yeah, you could slip stitch them together. There's
Yeah.
so many joining methods that you could use. But because it's sort of ridge free in the centre, the way that they've joined together.
Oh, right. And you
Stitching
don't-
it together.
Got
It
it.
depends what effect you want at the end of it as to whether you'd like to put something else on.
Okay, perfect. So you've made the 4 squares in the middle, and now
then-
you're going to.
and
So
then
you're going to
you
do the
sit.
whole round the edge of the whole of that
Of
square.
the whole thing.
Okay,
So
brilliant.
you can do it. It depends how you'd want to do it. In the pattern, it recommends that you make. I've got them here. Hello, all your little centres.
Oh.
Oh, your teeny tiny centres for all the colour. Which again, at the moment, when you've made them, they don't look anything like they
No,
do in the pattern.
no.
But when you go around with the cream, you're covering up these corner pieces
course.
and just getting that cluster effect in the middle. So they recommend that you make all of those.
Right.
And then you can start joining them as you go. But you
Okay.
could do a couple, join
yeah.
a few. So
I
I did.
suppose it depends which bit you enjoy and what you want,
Yeah.
Like I say, take those with you in the car and just make loads of
Yeah,
those in
get
the
a
car.
whole load of them done.
Not when you're driving, obviously.
No, definitely don't recommend that at all. So the tiny, tiny little squares are, we are going to do another magic ring and chain 3, which is our beginning treble. And then we are doing 2 more trebles, 1 and 2, and then we're doing a chain 2, which is going to be our corner. And then we're doing 3 trebles. 1, I've moved again. 2, 3, and at this point I would just give my end a tug and just pull that circle a little bit tighter because it looks a bit scruffy otherwise. And then another chain 2, so it's 2 sides and 2 corners made. And
So they're sort of done in no time, these little middle
yeah,
bits, aren't
you
they?
can make them really quickly.
Yeah.
As soon as you've got your 4 sides and your corners done, join it off, cut the yarn, you're done. Pop it in a bag and
Do you have to block any of this afterwards, or is it all...
It's personal preference, really. It depends on as you have gone along, if you've managed to keep your tension pretty stable all the way through. As you're joining them, they should all sort of pull. I mean, you can see the triangle's a bit wonky here, but as you start to join everything together, it will
It pulls it out anyway.
pull it out. But you could, if you wanted to, if you were really particular about it, you could block the big triangles first, but the smaller ones, they come out pretty square.
Yeah,
anyway. So I lost count then. What was I at? 3.
sorry.
No, not at all. And then when you're done, you're going to just do a little slip stitch to the beginning of that chain 3 from the start, if I can find the other half of it. Pull my yarn through and then cut it off, and it's done.
Brilliant.
That is, and it looks, because I've got that
Little
soft-
cartwheel.
little tiny cartwheel, pull that tight.
Anita sent in a message saying, "Hi John, will Yarn Lane be getting more stock of the Granny Celebration blanket? Great demonstration, thank you," from Anita. Oh, Anita, we'll have to ask Rebecca Reid. I'll ask Rebecca Reid, because this is one of Rebecca Reid's shows she's done. In fact, she should be watching. Rebecca Reid, we need more. Yeah, that picture, she put a picture up of her husband on when they're in Cornwall. They're in Cornwall at the same time as I was. Right, okay, so then you then do, I'm just aware of time because we
Oh,
need to
really?
get on to the other
Okay.
one. Yeah.
I will very quickly just show one of these
Yeah.
and turning it into a tiny little square.
I mean, I don't want to rush you because actually I'm thoroughly because you obviously have this is what I love about all of our experts. They all have a passion. You haven't just come in going, "Oh, I'll do a
I'll do
crochet."
a bit.
You actually do it because you love
I
doing
do.
it. It's not your job. It's just what you love doing, and that's what I love about all our experts because they're here because they love it so much. Right, you carry on with that one. then.
So we're going to turn this into a bigger square. You just grab your yarn and pull it through into any of the chain 2 corner spaces, and you're going to do chain 3,
Yeah.
and it's all again working in these clusters of 3 trebles. So you've got your 3 trebles there.
Yeah.
Chain 2 and do the same again, and that's made a corner. And you will then just move over to the next corner
Uh huh.
and do the same all over again. So when we've done that one, you'll be able to see the start of it being a square. 1, 2, and 3 more.
Great demo and love the blankets. My credit card is angry with me. Can one do chain start rather than a magic ring?
You can do a chain start. You could do a chain 2 and then work the stitches into the
Tell her,
first
not
chain.
me. Do what?
Yes,
You could do a
so
chain 2.
you could do a chain 2. Let's grab another yarn, and just if you prefer a chain, it just means that if you do for any reason you can't tighten it as close at the end, you do still end up with the gap that's made.
Right, okay.
So if you did a chain 2, and then you could just go into that first chain and start doing your trebles from there.
Oh, okay.
If you wanted to.
See, that first bit always looks a little bit fiddly, doesn't it? Because I've got
does
like big
take-
sausage fingers.
It does take a while to get your head around
Yeah.
the magic circle, but it's one of those things, once you've got it, it is worth
Oh,
the
yes,
practice
yeah,
because
yeah.
it, especially when you're doing toys, because you don't want any of the gaps
Of course, yeah,
left
yeah,
in
exactly.
it. So if you
Right,
see,
okay,
see
sorry.
with that one,
Yeah.
that's
So you don't
half
let
of
the-
it, and that will go all the way round.
So it's not attached. You're not doing it
No, but-
attached to the thing at
But you
this point.
do after this round.
Right. Okay.
So
you do that bit
do we want to go for that, or
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
want to
do
move
that,
on
do
to-
that, do that, and then we'll
Okay.
because then I'm presuming right now the only thing that confuses me, I'll talk to you about this,
Okay.
is there's some half granny squares.
There are little half granny squares.
Yeah.
But they're worked the same way as the triangles. That when you did the granny triangle, you start it in exactly the same way.
Oh, but you make them and then you
as
just patch them
and
all
then you
together.
patch them in
Oh,
again.
brilliant. Okay.
Yeah. So I've
All right.
little pieces all
Yeah,
over
do
the
that
place.
one. We'll show how that attaches. You can talk me through the border and then we'll move on to the next project. If that's
Okay.
right.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't want to run out of time. On
Oh,
the
now
other
look, June's
'cause there's-
sitting watching, doing her crochet, and she went wrong because she was doing what you told her to do instead of what she should have been crocheting. Claire says you're doing a half square triangle, but patchwork, from patchwork in crochet. Christine says it looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm not a crochet, it looks really complicated. It's not,
It's not.
Christine. It's
no,
not. It's not.
it is.
It's not.
It's an utterly amazing pattern. The effect that they've come out with at the end
Oh.
of it, from the very basic stitch. The first stitch that we learnt at Crochet Club was the treble.
Yeah.
And you can just do so much with it.
Did you do it in our village hall?
And I did it in Wellesbourne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
That's
not-
where we go for curry.
Is it? Oh, good curry house. So when you've got all of your corners made on the next round, can you see already how it doesn't look anything like the little
No,
square that you made?
no.
You've pulled all of those clusters
Points
together. So we're going to do a little slip stitch to the beginning chain 3, if I can grab that. And then you are, let me just double check, we're going to we're going to slip stitch across into the corner.
Yeah.
So we're just going to just move our yarn along, go into the V, grab the yarn, pull it through, and just pull it through again. And then once we're in the corner, we can start again. So we're going to do one row, exactly the same as the row before, where we're doing our corner of 3 trebles.
Oh, Christine says, I can see now that it's not complicated. Amazing demo. Thank you. There you go.
Good. And then we've got a space made from where the clusters were before.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into that one and do a 3 sets of trebles.
Right.
And that's just, so we're just adding an extra cluster into each round. And then another corner. And then, I'm just going to double check the instructions because I get the 2 blankets because I've been whipping between the 2 of them. So, we are going to do a chain 1.
Yeah.
And then we're going to pick up this.
Oh, I see. So you don't just stitch them all together. You're
No,
actually going to...
So we're going to go into
Yeah.
here, and we're going to slip stitch through,
Yeah.
and then we're going to do the other part of our motif's corner.
Yeah.
So the 3 trebles there. And then we are going to go into the next space, slip stitch it on,
Oh, wow.
and then go back to our motif.
Yeah.
Do
keep
the
going.
next piece. And so you're building the next round up on its
And
own on the
attaching
motif,
it
but
at the same
attaching it
time.
at the same time. So then we're going to go through the corner, and I've attached it one too far along. You see, I've done it too far.
Oh, yeah. But obviously,
Too far along
you'll be
there.
doing this at home and counting.
Oh, no,
stitches.
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Oh,
no, I haven't. I'm
Never doubt
doubting
yourself.
myself. I'm doubting myself. I've got another bit of corner to do.
June says, I've never used these yarns before. How soft are they?
Really
Both this
soft.
one and both kits, June, are incredibly soft. As you know, the bamboo and cotton one is beautiful soft. This is rub against the face soft, that kind of soft. It's beautiful. I imagine as well, the more you wash it, I imagine it gets more and more soft.
It's not one of those ones that you think that you're going to get it out of the washing machine and it's going to be all scratchy and stiff. It's definitely going to be.
That's beautiful.
And it is 100% acrylic. I was really surprised when I looked at the
Yes,
label
yeah.
that it was.
Beautiful.
So we're doing the same, instead of doing it across the bottom there, we're going to do it with the
Just
next
go up the side.
motif. So we're
Brilliant.
just going to keep going along. If I just show you how that's worked up. So then you're going to have another round here, which will join this bit.
Yes, of course. So you're
And work
making
your
it
way along.
bigger and joining
joining
it
it
up
all
at the same time. So you're not making them big and then stitching them on.
No.
You get like 3/4 of the way through, and as you stitch them together, you add another round.
Each one,
on.
yeah.
Brilliant.
Which is why you could do 3 or 4 of these, add them on, or you could do all of these and do it all in one great big go.
Exactly. Just tell me very quickly about the stitch that you use for the border.
The border is it's a basic moss stitch border. So you're doing when you get to the very end of all of your motifs,
Yeah.
you'll be doing a double crochet, which is just the small stitch.
Yeah, don't worry.
I'll do
you don't need to do it, you
a
don't
double
need to do it,
crochet into the gaps with a chain in between, and then the next round, if you see they're slightly offset with each other.
Yes, yeah. They kind
the
of
next
tessellate,
ones-
don't they, like a brick.
Yeah.
I'll just show you this here, Elliot. Look, they tessellate, like, so they go in, alternate into the, sort of like.
So the next round, you would do the double crochet
Yeah.
into the chain space and do a chain space and then a double crochet into the chain space. So each gap that you've left the round before gets filled with the next round.
Okay, now, are those the same colours that are in there?
They are.
There's enough yarn left to do that, then
There
you're not
is.
going to get halfway round the outside border and suddenly realise you've got no orange left.
there is a tension guideline on there, and it tells you if you do a couple of the small squares and then measure them just to make sure.
To make sure you're not.
And then you can
yeah.
go up or down a size if you need to.
Fantastic.
So-
I just need to warn you that Kat's just come in to try and nick this basket off the desk because this blanket off the desk.
Hide it quick.
I'll just put it there for safety for now. Right, okay, let's move on
Right.
to this. Now I need to tell you this is,
Absolutely.
how many of these left, Kat? There's only 5 of these left now. This again is beautiful. This is cotton and bamboo.
I love this yarn. The stitch definition that you get because of
Yes.
the cotton in it.
Very
But the
different,
bamboo
isn't it?
makes it so super soft and it's really drapey.
Okay, so this is the blanket you're going to make. You've got the cushion
I have.
over there. And you get enough yarn for both of them, and you get the pattern for both of them in this kit for $39.99. Right, so what are you going to show us on this
I'm
one?
going to show you because there's a couple of, again, this is definitely something that you could do if you're following along with the demo and you've got a bit of confidence after learning the first few basic stitches. It looks a lot more complicated because
Yes.
you've got in these squares, you've got double trebles, you've got a popcorn stitch and you've got a cluster stitch.
Right.
But they are all, apart from the double treble, they're all based on trebles again.
Okay.
And the double treble is just a long treble.
Yes.
So if you can do a treble, you can do
You
a
can
double
do a
treble.
double treble.
Absolutely. So I thought I would start with the double treble. So
Yeah.
again, it's asking you to make a magic ring.
Right.
If you wanted to do a chain 2 start, it's not going to be the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just going to quickly do that. And you start with a chain 5, which is giving you the height of the double treble.
Yes.
And a chain 1.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to pull that in a little bit, and then you're going around the circle doing 15 double trebles, so you get 16 stitches in total.
Right.
A double treble, instead of just going round once and in, you're going round twice.
Okay.
And then
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
And then instead of having 3 loops, you've got 4. You go
Yeah.
yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and another yarn over and pull through.
Okay.
It's the same thing, just.
Oh, so you're making these spokes in the middle then?
Yeah, the little spokes
Yeah.
are just a double treble, and then a chain 1, and then again yarn over twice, into the middle. And 1, 2, 3, and you've got another one, and a chain 1. So you'd go around and you would do all of those, and you'd slip stitch to the beginning of your the chain 4 of your chain 5 that you made at the beginning.
Right.
And when you do that, you would end up with your little round of
Yeah, the little
Teeny
cartwheely
tiny-
bit.
teeny
in the
tiny
middle.
little
Has that got a
spokes.
name, that bit?
just the centre of the
Cartwheel.
cluster.
We'll make that. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, look. Now, again, it looks completely different when you've got it there, doesn't
Because
it?
each of the chain 1s that you made in between each double treble, we're now going to work into.
Of course.
And pull them out
Yeah.
to get that sort of star effect almost. So the next
So
stitch...
now what's this stitch called? The
This is a
lilac one there?
popcorn stitch.
That's popcorn?
A popcorn stitch,
Okay.
yeah, and it's quite a nice one.
Right.
So you are starting with this, you're starting with a standing double crochet.
Right.
Rather than just pulling the yarn through and sort of making a little slip stitch, it asks you to do a standing double crochet, which is you get a slip knot. I'm starting with and put it on your hook, and then go into the chain space, and as if you were doing a double crochet, and you're making the stitch straight away, just like that.
Okay.
So
So
it's
you
just
just
a
literally
nicer-
made the loop to go on the
Yeah.
hook, pushed it
Again.
through the hole in the thing, and then started
Yeah.
crocheting from there.
So it's you've already got quite a secure start there
Yes,
as well,
yes,
without
yeah.
having an end that might
Yeah.
pull through.
Does it
So
matter
again-
where you start and finish?
Nope, they're all the chain spaces are exactly the same.
Perfect.
So we'll go in and do our first standing double crochet,
Yeah.
and then we're going to chain one,
I'm
and
just going to ask you to move your hands just a tiny bit to the right.
there we go.
Thank you. No, it's perfect. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I'm not looking up at the screen.
No, exactly. Concentrated too much. Enjoying it too much.
And do 3 trebles into that space. And with a popcorn stitch, what you're trying to do is pull the tops of the stitches together, and to get that effect. So at the moment you've got them, they're quite wide apart.
Yeah.
You take your hook out,
Yeah.
you put it into the top of your chains that you did at the beginning.
Right.
This is the only one that's a bit tighter because you've got the starting chains rather than the top of a normal treble.
Oh, okay.
And then you go back to that hook, to that loop, sorry.
Yeah.
Put it back on your hook and pop it through.
Oh,
And
so
then
you're
you've
literally
tightened them together.
gathering the top together
Yeah.
to create the petal form.
So you
but
get
then
that
now,
little
how do
petal.
you get from there
So
to the
then
start of the next one?
You chain 2 and you popcorn stitch again into the next go. So this time we're doing 4 trebles because we've not got a
You've
starting
got the
chain.
fake one, yeah.
2, 3, and oh, I dropped the third one. 3 and 4. So again, we're going to take our yarn off. If you want, I find it easier so you don't end up accidentally pulling it out, leave a big loop.
Yeah.
Go into 1, 2, 3, 4, the first one, and then pop that back on, tighten it up, and just pull it through. Next petal. And then you just carry on all the way around with your little popcorn stitch.
Did you ever think when you went to that first class that you'd get this into it?
No, I think if somebody had have said that that I'd be doing anything like this, I
Yeah.
thought it was a bit.
But also, you see, 10 years ago, if you'd said, oh, I'm going to go and do crochet in my
Yes.
local village hall, everyone gone, oh dear, old before your time.
Oh, I get plenty of that now still.
But it's weird though, isn't it? Because it's so trendy
It
and
is.
so, I mean, I know it's not just for old people, but there are so many youngsters.
Yeah.
And you look at how many books, I've got some books coming up in a minute, but how many books got, and you go to look into people's homes, that like our Hannah, right, has got a designer home to die for sort of thing, but there's crochet in there and there's knitting in there and things
Yeah.
like that. And it's just like, it's just had a
the
resurgence,
designs
hasn't it?
of the modern things that you can make and the colour
Yeah.
combinations, it's just mad. I absolutely love it, and I crochet with pride. I need a T-shirt that says that. I
Yes,
think.
you should. You should. Anyway, carry on.
So
carry on.
I'm gonna. So once you've popcorn stitched all the way around into every one of the chain spaces, you'll slip stitch into the first stitch again, and you'll end up with your little flower
Okay.
that looks
There's
like
only
this
one bundle left, I'm afraid.
Hello.
One bundle left.
And then the next one that we're doing is a cluster stitch.
Right.
So we are going to use a standing double crochet again. So I'll do my slip knot on here, and again into any of the chain spaces. It's absolutely fine. So I'll do 1 double crochet there, and a chain 2, and another into the next chain space, and a chain 2, and another. And now we're going to turn our circle into a square.
Elliot, who hates crochet, not hates, but is
Oh,
an interesting
Elliot.
crocheter and thing. He's going, oh, so that's where the chain goes. Oh, that's where... So he's like really kind of getting used to all the terminology and stuff. Right.
I'll expect his one next time.
Hey, what?
His blanket next time.
He can knit his own crochet his own blanket. Thank you very much. Also, you'd need to buy 4 kits for it to go around Elliot, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Anyway,
So yes,
don't laugh that loud.
I'm sorry. Yes, we're going to turn the circle into a square.
Okay.
So those double crochets are just this little bit that goes along here, keeps it nice
Hang
and
on,
flat.
see that, Elliot? Hang on, let's have a look at that. There you go, there you go.
So we've made just a flat
Oh,
side
we've
here.
upset him now.
Sorry, Elliot.
Sorry.
And now
He
we're
said
going
he
to
used
make
to like you. He's got no power here, so don't worry, it won't affect your career.
So we're going to make these cluster stitches in the corner.
Okay, lovely.
And a cluster stitch is where you have a whole bunch of trebles, but you don't finish them off. So
Right.
they all get linked together. So what we're doing is we're starting a treble and we're going to pull through 2. And instead of pulling through the next ones, we're going to start another treble.
Right.
And we're going to keep going until we've got 5 loops, left on the hook. And then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those. And that's made you a little cluster stitch.
Okay.
So I'll do another one of those. So you chain 2 because you're making the corner.
Yes.
And we're going to do another cluster stitch into the same space. So
Oh, okay.
yarn over, pull through just the 2, and again. So you've got sort of half of a treble made at the bottom, and then you pull them all together, and it's a really lovely little effect there. And then you're back to chain 2, double crochet in the chain space, chain 2 again, double crochet.
I just find it incredible that somebody many years ago obviously had a stick with a
I
bit
know.
sticking out of it and decided to put some wool round it.
I thought, oh, that looks really nice.
I know, but then went, oh,
the
what would
different
happen if I did
stitches,
this? What would happen if I did that? You know, I mean, I'm sure there were lots of trial and error before they got to all these lovely stitches, but it's just fascinating, isn't it?
So so you go all the way around with your 2 clusters and chain 2s in the corner, and
Yeah.
it turns the whole thing into
Square.
a square. So you've got the beginning there, and then you
Is
add.
your whole house full of crocheted cushions and throws and everything?
It's limited to the amount that sort of stays out all of the time because of the dog likes to get his feet in it. And one of the
of course.
first blankets I made, he made a nest on it and got a claw caught and.
Oh.
It was very upsetting.
Okay.
But there is the kids have got crochet toys, and I make a lot of crochet gifts. I apologise if
Have
anybody
you got a
doesn't want
stall?
any.
Oh, it's today. We're missing the Long Marston
the
Christmas fair
Christmas
today.
fair,
We're
yes.
really cool. It'll be over in 10 minutes, so we're too late.
Far
You said
too
you
late.
got a stall there. You could have made a fortune. Right. Okay. So that's
then
making the squares.
it
We make
is.
loads and loads of squares. Oh no, you've got to cream yet, have you?
And then we add the cream in, which have we got plenty
Yeah,
of
we've
time?
got about 8 minutes. That's all,
Okay.
so it's fine.
Okay. So we're doing with the cream. We are going to make clusters in the corners, the same as we've just done, and then normal granny clusters in the chain spaces.
Yeah. We just need to move you to right a tiny bit. Sorry. Thank you.
So we are 2 clusters.
It's Elliot's fault because he bought cheap cameras when we set up. Most cameras can move sideways. Elliot's can't.
And then chain 2, and now we're just going to do 3 trebles into each of the gaps that we made with chains in the previous row. You don't need to do any chains between them because you just work between those clusters in the next round. And the next few rounds, so this is the same start in all of the squares that we're doing on the blanket and also in the middle of the cushion. The cushion, you just do the entire thing in the cream colour.
Yeah.
And then work outwards, and then you work onto a version of the border on the cushion that's just much deeper than the border of the.
Well, we'll have a look at the
blanket.
cushion in a second. Claire says, crochet is witchcraft. You use a wand, you follow a book of spells, you say a few choice words, and boom, you get a blanket.
Oh, I like
it's true?
So I have done, I'll finish this cluster and I'll put it down. Whoop, nearly didn't finish the cluster. So I've made a corner and a row and a corner. So that would go, so you've got clusters with the chain spaces, and then you're going around with just normal 3 trebles in the gaps below and carrying around.
Lovely.
And so with the cushion centre, it's exactly the same, just completely in the cream. And but that goes another couple of rounds outwards to make it slightly bigger.
Can you just pull the cushion down, put it on on the desk where you've got that, so you can see what we're talking about. So the centre of the cushion on one side, is it the same on both sides?
Both, yep.
Yep. So you've just done that, but you've gone out more with the cream.
Yeah, just another 2 rounds with the cream, and then you go into the border pattern that you would then use at the end there.
And the blanket here, yeah.
So what would you prefer, the border or the joining of the squares?
Border.
Border, okay.
Is that all right?
Yes, absolutely. So I will start with this
In the instruction, it tells you about how to join, because this looks like a
does.
different joining.
It
'cause there's
is. It's
ridge
a
there.
crab stitch,
Crab.
which is
Oh, we've never done crab stitch, but never mind. Do the border first. Do the border. What is crab stitch? Tell me what
crab
it is.
stitch is a double crochet in reverse. So you are working from left to right rather than right to left.
Oh, okay.
So again, I steered clear of it for quite a long time. I was a bit scared of it, but there's so many YouTube tutorials out there, and once you get it, the ridge effect that you get is
It's lovely, isn't
absolutely
it?
lovely.
Really
but
nice,
also, you can the other side of it is also a really nice effect.
Yeah.
So again,
I like the ridge.
if you've got other methods that you like to use
Yeah.
to join it, and you're
Yeah.
a bit scared of the crab stitch, you don't have to do it, do you?
No,
It's
but
completely
that's
your
really
blanket,
that's
but
really
it does make a
lovely.
lovely effect.
Okay, border.
Border.
So you put all your squares together.
Put all your squares together,
Yeah.
decided what you want to do. You are going to, when you get to the end of each square, you're going to be left with two chain spaces at the top of each one of your. So you go in and you join it.
Vanessa is wonderful, John Scott, and I love her hair.
Oh,
You get all sorts of comments here.
right, where am I? Which one of these? So any chain corner space. And we're going to do a chain 3 and your usual, pull that out. Your usual start where you're going to have 3 trebles, a chain 2 and 3 trebles.
Uh-huh.
Come through there. And then 1, 2.
So what are you doing now? Then what's
I'm
on
just
there?
doing the corner here.
Right.
So 3 trebles, a chain 2, 3
Right,
trebles.
okay, yeah.
And then you're going to go into the gap that you made before
Yeah.
and do 3 trebles. Again, all of these trebles and all these different effects all along. You're going to then move to the next gap from your chain spaces from below and do 3 more. And then when you have gone all the way round with that, what you'll then do is get the cream again. I'll show you with the cushion if that's
Yeah.
okay. You'd get so you've gone all the way around with your purple. You've got three trebles, chain 2, 3 trebles.
Yeah.
And then your 3 trebles into this gap all the way along.
Right.
On the next round, when you start with the cream, you just do a double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet, and that cream colour
that cream,
creates like
that's a border.
it's like a border each
yeah.
round, but then you fill it in with the next
With
colour.
the next colour.
So you build it up. It's called a blocked stitch.
Uh-huh.
And so it's really simple. You whip round and put that little double crochet in, which pulls these clusters together,
Yeah.
gives you the granny effect again,
Yeah.
and then also the chains give you the base for the next one up, and you get that beautiful,
Square.
really geometric pattern as you
Yeah,
go
because
along.
it's amazing, isn't it, how it can just make squares, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just fantastic. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much.
That's
You know, when you're
okay.
back in, they fly by, don't they?
I
these
haven't
hours?
got another date in yet,
Oh,
so
we'll have to get on to Rebecca Reed then about that. But thank you very much. It's been brilliant
for
to see
having
you.
me.
And loads of people loving it, so thank you very much. And when you finish my blanket, just give me a shout and I'll come round and collect it. Now, I haven't got time to show you all these books. All these books are available on the website if you want them. Kat will put... The Kat will put them on now, so you get 35 knitted baby blankets. These are all super easy ones, super easy baby blankets. This is adorable. Hannah wants one of these dragon things. Fairy tale blankets, Granny Square Weekend, crocheted Granny Squares. Really, really lovely books. They're all available on the Watch Live section now. Today's show deals, right? Next show name will be Monday, I suppose. We're just checking. So is it Rebecca Reed on Monday? And who's she got as a guest? She's doing baby knits with Denny from iKnits. Oh, they'll be lovely. Denny does the ones with the monsters on and things and shit like that. Anyway, thank you very much for your company. I would normally say, check out your baskets. They're all sold. They've all gone. You can't check out your baskets because they've all gone. I will ask Rebecca to let you know on Monday if she can get more of these. Thank you ever so much, Vanessa, for coming in. And I'll see you on your Sewing Street tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. I know, another day. See you then.